the story.
I'll tell you the story of the greatest warrior I know.
And her name is
Storm! One day in the dunes of Egypt, way deep, deep down there,
a girl named Aurora was born. She came from an ancient line of African princesses.
Why, thank you. Oh my gosh, I'm so pleasured. Oh my gosh.
Who all had white hair and blue eyes, and the potential to wield magic greater than the naked eye had ever seen. Her mother, Ndare, was a princess of a tribe in Kenya.
When she was 7 months of age, her family decided to pack up and move
Egypt. At the age of 5, during a bombing in Arab Israel, the conflict of a plane crashed right into her home and killed both of her parents. She was left an orphan. She was found by a gang. With this traumatic experience, Aurora
high fear of claustrophobia, she made it out of her position. I don't like it in here.
left orphaness and nowhere to go. Aurora was found by a gang of the master trained Aurora in martial arts of thievery. The martial arts of thievery. She was an excellent pickpocketer, and became very well developed in her time in Cairo.
And that's pretty much the history of Storm, Caleb.
I am Storm! Storm, you're just a storyteller with a wig on.
Oh my God!
The storm sounds so cool.
She is. I know, Caleb.
Storm is the leader of the X-Men.
Yes, she is, Caleb. She's been the leader of the X-Men multiple times, which actually made her a more popular character to generations of young black girls around the world.
Go.
Who's the X-Man?
An elite group of mutants, basically to stop all the trouble from bad mutants in the world. They basically, would find other mutants to recruit and join their team to stop the bad mutants in the world. Some of the X-Men stayed for a while, and some left. There's been three adaptations of the X-Men. There's been the comic adaptation, there's been the movie adaptation, and there was a 90s television show.
Number 1, in a story by Len Wein and Dave Cockrum.
Do you know what happens to a toad when it's struck by lightning?
Important.
The reason Storm is important is because she's a part of women's history, being the first African American female superhero is really big. There's been a lot of different there's been a lot of female superheroes before her, and there's been a few black superheroes before her, but she was the first black female superhero. Especially being in one of the biggest TV shows in the 90s and one of the biggest comic books in the 80s till the 90s. She was very influential to young black women out there. So for Storm to be in the position that she was, being an Omega mutant, if that, which is a mutant that could basically, Caleb, take out thousands of humans and vowing never to kill another human again, is pretty amazing. Especially her being through all she did. She's afraid of claustrophobics, which is one of her weaknesses. She was almost raped, and her parents died, which is pretty tragic, and she couldn't do anything to save them, and especially having to leave her home at such a young age. Knowing her heritage really helped her through her whole story, which is something that women's history celebrates. Knowing women's heritage, knowing what women have done in this world and what they can do better, and looking up to these inspirational women like Storm.
Tell me about Storm.
No problem. Storm actually reminds me of you and your mother. Brave, courageous, and so smart. I'm glad she was the first African-American superhero.
Why Storm have a wig on?
I don't know.